All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 49th, believe it, it is the 49th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by my fellow Hans Zimmer appreciator, Jaden.
G'day.
And PTA's number one fanboy, a.k.a. therefore this movie's number one fanboy, a.k.a. Fitzy, a.k.a. Liam.
Hello, yeah. That's a good title for this week. Nice.
Yeah. Every time we do a PTA movie, I feel obliged to sort of acknowledge something different in the nickname at the start for you, you know.
Is he now our most reviewed director?
Probably.
He might be. Is this the third?
We did 3 Wachowskis as well, but that's a series, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, fair. Outside of that, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but like...
outside of a franchise. Probably.
Yeah,
Spielberg's getting up there, though. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cinema Effect. It's the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, all the podcast apps on your phone. So subscribe if you enjoy the show. We appreciate you doing that. Follow the Instagram page. Tell your friends about the show. Much appreciated as always. Bit of housekeeping before we get started. Apologies about last week's episode. No episode went up last week. First time we've had any technical issues. So sorry about that. We couldn't really do anything about it, so I don't feel that bad, you know. It's not like any of us failed. It just sort of happened. But, you know, it happens. We apologise. You'll never hear the real episode 49, so that's fine. There's a lost episode. Maybe one day. Actually, no, it's literally impossible. But
I mean, if I was to listen to your 2 audio tracks, I could maybe fabricate my conversation and try and like squeeze it in. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be so good. But then we release it that way. But everyone is aware of that, so it's like it really impacts the experience. Yeah, because it was only your audio, Jaden, that was lost. Mm-hmm. So I could have just released the episode of just me and Fitzy talking, but that would have made no sense. It would have been atrocious. Can you imagine recording a conversation with someone? It's a 3-way conversation, just cutting the other person out, and it's still being natural in any way. Would have been disastrous. Anyway, we apologise. Sorry about that. But we want to thank you very much for a few reasons. Thank you because this is our 1-year anniversary of doing the show, which is insane. You know, I think me and Fitzy originally just wanted to record like a test podcast and see what it was like. I didn't even think we'd really do like 3, and now we've done 49, 50. Oh, I guess if you count the awards, like this is really 51, which is insane. So thanks for sticking by us. Thank you for the subs. We're now 79 subscribers on YouTube somehow, so thank you so much. And thank you for you submitted your polls, and I won again. Thank you for voting for me.
Oh yeah, shit.
In the Instagram poll, I really appreciate it. The streak continues.
I think the teams that Liam put in the background influenced the vote.
Oh, mate, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon people like can't do Hawthorne, fuck them, and then they chose Black Swan instead too.
Maybe, yeah.
It's a possibility. Yeah.
I had to put that there though. That was just too good. St. Kilda's Hawthorne. I like that.
I mean, it didn't really make sense though, because like it was our conversation. I mean, like the other people didn't get it. But yeah, no, it's alright though. It's a joke for us.
I guess anyone outside of Australia might be a bit confused, but
yeah, because we have a huge international audience.
Yeah, but Hawthorne are the best colours, so they'd see the colours and they'd be like,
"Oh yeah, Mr. Pissy shit." Yeah.
So, the colours are so bad. What do you think they're thinking? Like, oh, it's like gold and soil, like really rich land. Is that what they're thinking?
It's just the combination, dude. It looks good, okay?
Nah.
I'm not gonna justify myself. It's good looking colours, okay?
I don't know. But I don't like the fact that there's actually multiple layers to who now can win Instagram polls and the filters by which the audience receives the poll. So it's now not only, but there's so many, obviously there's the films selected themselves, like which movie do people want to see reviewed more, obviously. But then you get into the whole thing of like, Zach's got this winning streak. Do we want to keep this going or not? Then we get into the whole Fitzy thing of he is able to word and create these images on the story to once again influence the results. So he's done footy teams. Last time he chose to include the names below the options, like of whose choice it was. All influences here.
Yeah.
You know?
The first one I did, like the Civil War image as well. Yeah. That could have been a big factor, Iron Man versus. Next time I'll just do the thing. So I'll make you happy, Zach. I'll just do the names, and then no influences, no other. What's that called in science? Like
oh shit.
There's like control factors and like
variables.
Variables.
Yeah, like external factors or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, I don't give a shit if you do the external factors as long as they lead to me winning. I'm just concerned that you're going to learn it. You're going to figure it out to where you can stop the streak.
Gonna manipulate it. Yeah.
Look, if Fitzy's not going to manipulate it, the Russians will. So it's one or the other. So I mean, like, which one do you want?
That's true.
I think I'd probably prefer the Russians.
That'll keep your win streak going.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Because I'm such a big supporter. So yeah. Anyway. Thanks for that. As always, we'd love you to submit your questions, thoughts, reviews for next week's episode, film we review in the YouTube comment section, or send us a DM on Instagram. Any way you submit it to us, we'll read it. Our specific question of the show this week, though, is favourite ongoing TV show. I just read that as it was written on my notes, but that's a fail of a host. I meant to make it make sense in a sentence. What is your favourite ongoing television show? Let us know in the comments. We've done, favourite TV show of all time before, but if memory serves, our answers for those were none of them were ongoing. So completely set different potential answers here.
I think
so let us know.
Might have been.
Oh, really?
Because I kind of mentioned a few things that I really liked. I think 2 of them were in. Yeah, fuck it. They're not going to remember that. Yeah.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
That's all right. This week we're reviewing Punch Drunk Love, which opened in the US on the 1st of November 2002. It was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. The genre is a mix. It's a romantic comedy drama, I guess. The synopsis reads, a frustrated Barry Egan calls a phone sex line to curb his loneliness. Little does he know that he will land in huge trouble and will also jeopardize his relationship with Lena. So PTA's number one fanboy over here has definitely seen the movie. Jane, have you seen the movie before?
Nah.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll go from the known commodity backwards, if you will. So, Fitzy, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think it's great. It's just very creative, and I think Adam Sandler is pretty great in this role and playing this, anxious character. I think he plays it really well, and just the musical choices that kind of give that sense of anxiety and the colorful colors in this film and the creative composition. It's all just very fun to witness. I think I like the first half a lot more because we kind of see all the scenes that kind of where we see into Barry's life are really cool, like the dinner table scene and the scenes of him at his office. I love the opening scene where it cuts to the credits, plays that song for the first time, and there's got all the random colors in the opening credits. That's cool. And yeah, I think it's great. I think at first I thought it was just okay, but then the more I watch it, I think I like it. I like it more the more I've watched it. I think it's my 3rd time, maybe, or 4th. So
okay. I'm glad to hear you had that arc with it. I definitely agree with you. I prefer the first half significantly more, personally. What happened? What's going on?
Use the word arc, is it?
Oh, right. I was scared. I saw that reaction. I thought something had happened to the recording. That's fine. Jan, what do you think?
I thought it was good, but not great. Pretty far from great. I don't think it's Paul Thomas Anderson's best movie. I don't think it's Adam Sandler's best movie. And I mean, it's there's quite a bit I like, but there's also a lot. I don't give a shit about the phone sex subplot. I mean, had it just been his relationship with Lena and that, I would have been much happier, I think. Is that her name, Lena? Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the music choices were weird and they were very avant-garde for a film that didn't feel too much like that. I guess some of the characters are interesting, but I mean, I don't know. I never fell entirely for him, Yeah, but I still kind of liked it. But no, I did like it. I did like it, but it was nowhere near the greatness that I had expected, and I think that probably hurt my my consumption as well.
Sure. I expected nothing other than PTS. I guess I expected something. Yeah, I expected good, I guess. And I got good. I think I'm with you, Jane, and I'm with what it sounds like Fitzy's first watching was. I quite liked it. You know, it's fairly short. It's largely enjoyable for what it was. I just don't know if there was a lot of substance for me in its runtime. You know, like I feel like there's a lot of shots of just Adam Sandler walking places, and they're cool. They're like, I like the way it's shot, but it's just sort of like, I don't know, the story is, there's not a lot there, you know, and I totally agree that the subplot with the phone sex line is just, feels weird to me. Like, I don't really, it's fine. It just feels so disjointed and disconnected from anything else in the movie. And I don't know, I feel like this could have made a cool short film, to be honest. You know, just keeping the stylistic stuff I liked, keeping Adam Sandler doing his thing, and keeping a shitload of cool scenes from the first half. And, you know, this movie potentially, I don't know, being 45 minutes sort of feels up my alley, but yeah. I don't know. But I also sort of feel like I'm missing something that sounds like Fitzy's gotten from rewatches. You know, I feel like there's something here to appreciate for sure. I definitely liked it, but you know, I wasn't falling head over heels for it either, though. Where was Adam Sandler at this stage in his career? You know, because this is my second favorite Adam Sandler performance. I don't know if that's saying much. Like, so he's appreciated for what? What's that movie? I don't know anything about Adam Sandler movies. What's that movie that people like of him?
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
That one.
Wedding Singer. I think Waterboy's okay. I think people like that a lot. Click's highly recognized as well for some reason, although I don't like Click that much. Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that came afterwards, though.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, but, like, at this point, I think, like, I think Billy Madison and The Wedding Singer and Happy Gilmore were, like, his big ones at that point.
Yeah, right. Happy Gilmore was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I love Happy Gilmore so much.
When was that? Was that the 90s?
I think it was 97, 99, something like that.
Okay. Cool, man. Okay. Adam Sandler hasn't garnered a reputation for garbage yet at this point. It sounds like. Because he has that now. A little bit. I'm just trying to understand this in terms of if people were surprised by this performance at all. Because it was different for me. I thought he was likable. You know? Didn't think he was an amazing guy, but he was likable. He was endearing. I totally agree. Like this nervous person, you know, with anxiety, social issues, and I don't know. It was sort of different from him. I thought it felt. I don't know. It felt like It felt like Adam Sandler. It wasn't like he transformed, but it was sort of a different take on Adam Sandler. I'm sort of used to him playing like the middle-aged dad. He's goofy, you know. So this is quite different from in a different social situation for him in that way. And then, you know, his anger issues and stuff. I thought that he's really good in all those ways in this movie. But yeah, man, why is everyone so mean to him?
In this film?
Yeah. Why the sisters are terrible. I hated the sisters. They were garbage.
No.
It felt weird at the end. At the end, it almost felt like they tried to not justify, but like save the sister's character because, you know, she's like, "Hey, I'm allowed to call him weird because I'm his sister and all that." But no, that's fucking that level of abuse that was displayed earlier is like unacceptable, and that that's just fucking bad.
Yeah.
I think the movie was Paul was endorsing the sisters. I think he was pointing out that they were abusive, and you know.
Yeah, and like I think that's the case. But like at the end, when she's on the phone with Lena, when she's in Hawaii, whatever, and then like Lena says, "Yeah, he's a bit weird or whatever." The sister goes, "Hey, I can say that because I'm his sister or whatever," and like it just felt like a weird choice. Like they were trying to justify the abuse a bit, but like, I don't know. I mean, like definitely not. They definitely weren't trying to do that, but that's what it felt like a bit.
Yeah, right.
No,
yeah.
All right, sorry. I'll retract that statement.
No, I get it. Dude, yeah, but no, I totally, like, it's definitely, Paul does a great job at sort of positioning them as bad, because I like the scene a lot when he walks into the party, and he's, like, greeted by all the sisters, and already before he even walks in, you can hear him, like, talking shit about him, and he walks in, and they continue to, I thought it was going to be one of those things where, like, then he walks in, and then they act nice, but then they continue to talk shit about him. call him gay boy constantly.
Yeah.
He's clearly and Adam Sandler's really good in this. This is probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie. Adam Sandler's really good in it, and I felt for him, man. I'm like, dude, he's just getting abused by his sisters because he's clearly, a bit awkward. He's a bit different. That's fine. Like, and then when he friggin', smashes the window, and they just call him retarded. It's like, really? I mean, I'd be mad too if someone broke my window. Don't get me wrong, but like, you can't see how this happened, really.
There's this theory about this film that is like unbreakable. Like Adam Sandler is Superman, and he doesn't know it because whenever he fights or does something physical, he's always really strong.
That's true.
And he gets all this flying, like frequent flyer points, like Superman. So it's really
Wait,
funny.
what? What in terms of he's able to traverse places?
Yeah, well, it's not saying that he can fly, but it's like
it's like a parallel too.
Yeah, it's like a parallel because he's getting all these fly points with the pudding. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
No, that's interesting. So I mean, there's some, I don't know, there's some valid points there. I think like he totally kicks when they turn up. The four brothers or whatever turn up and crash his car and stuff. He just kicks their ass. I don't even know what he was scared of them for in the first place. He just totally wrecked them.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, at the heart of the movie, it's all. Wait, what does the title mean to you, Fitzy? Actually, I'll ask that as we transition into the puppy-love relationship.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much, to be honest.
Because I don't know.
Isn't Punch Drunk Love just like a deep, intoxicating love? Isn't that what it is, or is it meant to be like an actual reference to something in the movie?
I don't think it's a reference to anything in the movie. Okay, well that makes sense, I guess. But their relationship with Lena and Barry, not Adam Sandler, their relationship. I mean, it's cool. Like when they were finally got together and they, like he went to Hawaii and stuff, I was buying into it and they made out and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh no, they had chemistry. I just thought it was weird that she was into him at all. I thought so much so that I sort of thought at first like that it was a trick. Like it was like she was also in on the sex call line thing, and she was like a plant. Now, obviously, like having watched the rest of the movie, that sounds really dumb now. But as I was watching it, I was like, this is interesting, yeah. And I was also confused. Like, I didn't get if Adam Sandler liked her or not at first. Because there's that scene where, like, she's trying to talk to him. And he, like, clearly is enjoying talking to her. And, like, when there's, like, the accident outside the window. And he, like, ignores it because he's trying to talk to her. It's like, don't worry about that. So I'm like, oh, he likes her. But then he still doesn't want to go to the party.
It's just because of his introvertedness in his character, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I thought all these things I thought were weird in the moment, but yeah, no, they make sense. It's actually probably, to be honest, pretty good writing. It's like thought out characters. There's some depth in what they choose to do and stuff.
I thought he didn't want to go to the party. I thought that happened earlier. Now, wasn't he?
Oh, what did he not want to do? He didn't want to do something with it. He didn't want to go to Hawaii with it.
For dinner or eating or whatever.
Oh, was it dinner? It was.
He didn't want to go for pancakes with them or something.
But that's because his sister was also going to be there. But he ran out afterwards and said, "Do you want to go to dinner tomorrow night?"
Yeah. It's his sister. Yeah.
Makes a ton of sense. There we go. We got the dumb Zach question out of the way earlier. It's fine. It's fine.
That's good.
Yeah. I like the way the movie's shot. Really long takes, often. I think it's just cool to sort of let you, especially Adam Sandler, which I'm not used to seeing him do. Like even do like Uncut Gems is an amazing movie, but like from memory doesn't really have him being able to really inhabit a performance in that way. Like he's just able to breathe in the scenes he's in because he's just going for like minutes at a time just with his dialogue, and it's really cool to watch. And just the way the camera's constantly tracking and stuff, like the opening shot, and it's, I talk about this a lot, but I love when films are shot in a way where you really get a great understanding of the environment everyone's in. By the end of the movie, I understood that workplace of his, like with the driveway there out to the road and the interior of, I don't know, the warehouse or whatever you'd call it. I understood the geography of that really well because we start with that opening shot of him sitting at the desk and it's like minutes long shot. We like track him then walking outside, follow him up the road. Dynamic camera movements. I love you, PTA. I love it. It's great. I'm a big fan.
The opening shot is really good as well because it's like he's just like surrounded in blur. You know, he's like in the corner. So he's like at the start, he's like this kind of anxious kind of figure in the corner, and then at the end, he's like he's in the I think he's like in the center of the his workplace, and he's like and he's got Lena there, so it's like final shot and last shot is kind of good comparison there.
I love when that happens. I love that it's just as a filmmaking technique to be very selective with your first and last shot. Whiplash does it great too. I love that. Yeah, man. But Fitzy, you said you liked like the visual transitions, which is like the only way I can describe it. Really. It's like, how else do you, like these rainbow colors that just show up and you feel like you're high or something? Or at least how my very ignorant understanding of what high would be like. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, like
what was that? And like the stars?
Random kind of colors, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they just fit with the movie really well. I just think PTA is like just trying to have fun with this movie, and it's just throwing a lot of techniques and shit at the wall. Like his music, the colors, camera work. It's just, I think that short film Couch with that he did with Adam Sandler. Did you see that? Yeah,
I think I have. Yeah.
He's just using Adam Sandler in a way that you think would be funny and kind of true to what Sandler can do, I guess.
Yeah, and to what he's trying to make. Yeah. I can see it. I didn't love it. It took me out of the movie. I don't dislike it either, though. Like I can accept that as it being what it is. Yeah, the weird transition stuff. It's just it didn't really add anything to the movie for me. It sort of took me out of it because I thought it was strange. But I'm not here shitting on it. Like I appreciate that he gave it a go and it was fine. But I think it's worth bringing up because it is a contributor to why the film's visually interesting. Did you have any thoughts on these rainbow trips, Jaden?
Yeah, I don't know. It felt very like 60s sitcom, like Brady Bunch type transition.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to describe it.
And
that's exactly what it felt like.
It was really weird because like the first time I'm not sure if it's the first time we see it, like one of the times we see it, you have this like disembodied voice talking over it, and it was one of the forensic operators or whatever. And for a second I was like, hold on, is going to be some shit about like God trying to communicate with him through colors and shit? Like, that idea quickly evaporates when like, it finally like resolves and you see the next scene. But like it was just a weird choice, and no, I didn't appreciate that too much. I think it was one.
That's a great thought that like God's about to communicate with him.
Yeah, because it was just very strange. Because I think that's the first time we hear like Hoff. Is that? I'm not sure if it's one of the operators or if it's Hoffman's voice that we hear at that point. But
yeah, no, that's. Oh, jeez, I almost fell off my stool. No, that's right. Yeah, for sure. There's definitely one when you hear Hoffman for the first time.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, so he plays God, huh?
That'd be cool. I would have been down for that. But no, he plays this con artist, I guess.
But what is God if not the greatest con artist of all time?
Hey.
And religion is king.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I cut that because now the Christians are going to leave.
We just offended so many people, dude. Sometimes I think about like how many people how many subscribers we would have if we just didn't offend like every subsect of humanity.
Mm.
But anyway, it's mainly just me and Jane that time. But anyway, so Phillip Seymour Hoffman in this movie, right? So he's the leader of this scam, sex line scam, and they take people's credit card information and try and rob them, essentially. And this whole thing, I feel like it should have been way more entertaining than it was. I guess is the best way to sum it up. I thought it was fine. There's nothing about it that I thought was bad. Like, there's no scene that I thought was bad. Phillip Seymour Hoffman can't do anything wrong as an actor. All the dialogue's fine. All the scenes are fine. But it's just, it felt super disjointed to the rest of the film. And it's weird to me, like, especially when you read the synopsis of this movie, how it mentions, of course, like, the main heart of this movie is Lena and, Adam Sandler developing as a character, Barry developing. So then you add in this scam thing, but it just doesn't, to me, I just don't see how it influences the relationship at all, how it influences Adam Sandler's growth at all. And maybe, like, I guess you can make the argument that he's develops confidence to drive there and do that, like, to confront him at the end. But it's just, I don't know, I feel like I'm sort of reaching even saying that. It's just sort of, it's weird. And the best way to sum up how I feel about it, I think, is when Adam Sandler and Phillip Seymour Hoffman have the conversation over the phone and they start yelling at each other. Like, if you told me a week ago there's a scene in this movie where those two actors yell at each other over the phone, I feel like I'd have expectations that it's quite funny and entertaining, and it just really wasn't. It was sort of just both of them yelling at each other to, shut up. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. And it just, do you?
That's like one of my favorite scenes, yeah.
So I think I've seen like one of like the Instagram like movie ship post pages like talk about like that scene where it's like PTA like sweats and they're like, oh, he's such a good writer, and it's like that scene which is shut up, and like like that. And it's just like it's like I had an idea that was in this movie coming up. I just didn't know how it was going to be implemented.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Again, it's just I don't know. That's it. The idea of the scene has potential. It just didn't work together for me though. So what did you think about it, Fitzy?
I don't know. I just thought like it was really funny and entertaining.
Okay.
At first he's yelling at the girl. He's like confident, like let me speak to your manager. And then because he doesn't know who this guy is, he's like, it's like hello, and he's like normal again, or he's like timid again. And then he slowly becomes more angry and grows confidence over the phone call. But I just love
that's true.
Phillip Seymour Hoffman's like his delivery as well. I think it's pretty great. That scene where he's like you can feel him. He actually like gets angry at the fact that he's talking, and you can see that. And I don't know. It's great.
I don't know. Like I didn't find it super funny personally. I wish I did, or entertaining personally. But obviously I'm glad you did. But it's just more so the fact that I thought, I don't know, maybe there was, what am I trying to say? There was like another element to it I was missing or that you liked about it. But if you just enjoyed it, that's cool. I enjoyed tons of stupid. Yeah, I'll allow it.
You'll allow it.
I'll allow liking it.
I think so.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
First time you've allowed something in like 20 episodes.
Yeah, so everything you guys have said in the last 20 episodes, I've not allowed it.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, I don't know. But then outside of that scene, I do struggle with the way it connects to the film and what the heart of the film is. I really do. Because I've read the synopsis I read the synopsis at the start of this movie, right? And he calls a sex line to curb his loneliness. Little does he know that he will land in huge trouble and also jeopardize his relationship with Lena. Like, okay, I guess that's the crossover. I feel like what I'm trying to say is I feel like those two plots, you could write two different synopsises for the same movie and not mention the other thing whatsoever, and it would still be a valid synopsis. You know what I mean? It's not a situation of like one caused the other. Like the phone sex line caused him to meet Lena or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
So I just felt like I was watching two different movies at some points.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I don't know, whatever it is about the last half though, I definitely... I mean, the fact that I've watched it a few times, I was definitely tuned out doing other stuff, but like especially the last half, I'm just not like as into, I guess. I think it just becomes a bit tiring, and also just becomes a bit not formulaic, but just we're getting to the solution, and it's just kind of, I don't know. The introductory scenes to Adam Sandler are just really awesome, like the dinner scene and everything. But then it just kind of becomes the same thing after a while.
No, I'm so with you on this. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I love I like all the scenes where him and Lena interact for the first time. I like all the scenes with the sisters, even though they suck. I like the opening scenes. Like, yeah, totally. But then
anytime Louis goes on some scenes on screen is good too.
Anytime who?
Louis Guzman, is that his name?
Oh, the guy. Yeah. The co-worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great too. Yeah, he's really good. What have I seen? God, I do this all the time. What have I seen him in? I've seen him in something. I should really IMDb that before I come on, shouldn't I? But yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it sort of goes back to what I said at the start about this being a cool short film. Maybe it's the fact that the resolution's sort of inevitable, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the film doesn't really do anything super interesting in its second act to keep you, invested on a level that makes the inevitable resolution worth it or interesting.
But I guess that's where the subplot was meant to come in, because like that it starts to dominate, when like the brothers confront them, and then he calls and then he drives, and that's what the subplot's meant to keep, is meant to come to the front, and that's what's meant to keep you drawn in. But because we just didn't care about it, I think that's
yeah, no, that's true, but it's sort of the same thing though, isn't it? Like, sure, the brothers turn up and the film becomes like, I guess, quote unquote interesting from a like perspective of, oh, now look, there's action happening, there's he's under time pressure, there's urgency now in the plot, which there wasn't prior. So in that way, I guess it's more interesting. But it's sort of just like they turn up, they beat the shit out of him, he runs away, then they turn up again, he beats the shit out of them, and then he drives there. It's just like, okay. It feels like nothing that couldn't be done in like 10 minutes of screen time.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the relationship stuff is kind of similar as well. Like, once they get to the Hawaii, it's all kind of like,
yeah,
they're together now. It's just the rest of the movie is like the hospital scene tries to add a little bit of tension or like something that I don't think really worked in the movie, which was like, oh, you weren't there for me, and I was like, I don't know, like that just felt a bit forced, and like that's the one element I don't think worked, and yeah. Later half is definitely pretty weak.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, it feels like some sort of artificial tension in the relationship that doesn't matter. It's never resolved, never becomes relevant in any way. Like you could cut it out of the movie and it doesn't change anything. Doesn't change how the relationship ends compared to how it was in Hawaii. But yeah, you're right. Once you get to Hawaii and they fully embrace each other in that moment, it's like you've reached your destination then, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess, but it's still creative in some ways, like and fun. I mean, like the scene where she's like walking down, there's no one there, and then it keeps zooming closer, and then they're together, but then everyone like walks past. It's like a funny kind of gag, and there's a lot of kind of funny things like that. Like when he's on the phone with his sister, and
oh yeah,
and there's all that noise in the background. I feel like there's just a lot of funny little things like that. But yeah,
that's true. No, it's hard to. You can't deny that from a scene by scene basis, the film's got personality, and I enjoy that about it. I just sometimes just when it comes together, I feel like I'm being more negative than I really feel right now, because I think it's a totally fine movie. I think it's cool to watch, but just when you kind of, as it comes together as a narrative, it just sort of feels like not super memorable, for all the reasons we've said. But no, you're totally right. Like, watch any individual scene and it's got things to appreciate. It's got cool visual stuff, cool dialogue, solid Adam Sandler charisma moments. What about the score and music choices, though? They've come up a few times. You weren't a fan, Jaden?
No, it felt like very. Now my limited vocabulary is going to be exposed because I don't know how to describe this shit. It felt discombobulated, if that's even a word.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, it is, and it's a great word too.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly. Like, am I?
I thought so, but don't.
Yes,
don't trust me on that. Oh God, you got to try and spell it. That's something.
Confused and disconnected. Yeah, so I'm using it correctly. Yeah, it felt discombobulated from the movie. It just didn't feel like it fit. Like, it was cool, but it felt way too expressive and avant-garde for what it was. I understand that this movie maybe would be able to be perceived as that because of its bizarreness in placing in its lead role being Sandler, and then its kind of bizarreness in its story elements, and people can see how it does fit. But for me, it just did not feel like it gelled at all. And yeah, so like, yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it. I think some of the tracks throughout, like the credits song, and like, is there a repeated song throughout? Like a
Yeah, I think there's one or two. There's the "She Needs Me" song,
yeah,
which is sung by Shelley Duvall, and then there's that one with the opening credits. So I think it's
yeah,
played
and
a
like
few
so like
times.
the music choices I don't mind entirely, but the score is where I have quarrels with it.
Sure. When you said that it feels more expressive than like what's actually happening on screen, I feel that. I feel that for sure. I don't know. I did like the score though. I did in terms of just the music itself. I thought it was interesting. I don't know if I've really heard. It's a pretty unique score. I think there was like this moment. And again, this sort of goes into what you put. Like it's a sort of high energy score in a lot of moments when there's not a lot to sort of back that up happening. So that's a valid criticism. But there's a moment when like here we go. Here comes the lack of vocab. Way worse than Jaden's. Like where there's like I don't know instruments that sound like sort of like noises are like ricocheting. I guess is the best I can describe it. You'd have to if you were to listen to it. If I had like the power of the editing gods, I'd like insert it right here, you know, and I'd insert it live so you can hear it, and then go, "Oh, Zach, you're right. It's totally ricocheting. You nailed it."
You tell me you don't have a little stream deck, a little soundboard set up right next to you?
Oh, that'd be cool, dude. I got another, yeah. I got like the most makeshift thing ever in here. That'd be cool though. Can you imagine that? Like have the don't they use like those stream decks with like the big buttons and they got lights on them and shit?
Yeah,
And I can
it
just tap
kind of looks
those
like a drum pad, but like tiny.
Yeah, exactly. And I can tap that, and it's like the the exact soundbite from this moment in the movie that I totally knew I was going to talk about is ready. That'd be something. But yeah, no, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I thought the score was unique, and I did generally like it. But I think your criticism is valid, Jaden. I get it. Do you like it too, Fitzy? I assume so. Because I like I like listening to it as I was watching the movie. You know. Oh, is Fitzy gone? Oh no.
Sorry, I was actually listening to the opening thing just to try and remember it.
Okay.
But no, I do love the story a lot. I mean, there are some parts I don't like as much. Like a lot of the, like I think the anxious parts of the score are kind of effective, but a bit tiring. There's like a lot of like quick drum beats, you know. Oh, I don't know the musical terminology, but
he's building off what I'm saying here. This is great. Yeah. Quick drum beats.
But I think other parts where it's like where the score is more like floaty and like the intro is like really like large, like it's like up or some shit. I really like those parts, and I like the insertion of like some of the songs like "She Needs Me." Shelley Duvall is really great. Just that song, and I like most of the score. Yeah.
Very cool. It's time for some trivia, people. During the scene where Barry is at the supermarket looking for the cheapest healthy choice food item, I wonder if this is something probably Fitzy noticed when rewatching. He is being followed by an out of focus character in a red outfit. It's Lena before they've ever been introduced.
Oh, I did not notice that.
I definitely didn't notice that. That's cool though.
Oh, one thing I did notice was when he gets to the house, he brings a cake, and and like for a brief second there's an interaction with the sisters, like, oh, we've already got a cake yet. He's like, oh, and you can see the cake next to it. It's like massive compared to his like small cake, which is really funny. Like there's this that's like the little funny things I'm talking about, you know, in the film. I think there's just a lot of those things. So
yeah, clever little visual gags that aren't really highlighted at all.
Yeah, they're
just there, and they're there to be exactly. They're there to be appreciated if you notice. Definitely. One of those, it could be argued, was when Barry punched his office wall, then rests a bloody hand on his piano. The cuts on his knuckles spell the word love, which I actually noticed. I don't know, like, the logistics, how that would actually happen, like, physically, you know what I mean? But it's cool.
Maybe love was, like, indented into the wall or something.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, because if it was, like, it was the bathroom one, so maybe, you know, like, there was, like, graffiti, like
someone carved over the knife or something.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a carved in something and he's like punch that. Yeah. There you go. There you go. No, never mind. It makes perfect sense.
I mean, the scene where he's trying to explain to waiter or whatever, he didn't bash up, like he didn't
Yeah, that's funny.
trash the bathroom. It's pretty funny.
No,
But
yeah, totally.
nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
but,
one of my favorite examples of comedy in the movie. Like when the owner or the manager of the restaurant or whatever is talking to him, and he's being civil, and he remains civil like tonally the entire time, but then he says, I'm gonna like fucking crack your skull open, mate, if you don't get out." Like when he went from like just please leave to that, it was great.
yeah.
What was up with the car crashes at the start? And like,
Oh right,
fuck the movie, and it's
yeah.
like 2 audio jump scares from just dead silence to fucking massive big bangs.
and they're both cars too.
Yeah,
right?
what's up? Like, why?
It got me. It scared me.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be like the big dramatic beat. So like the people involved in the accident were going to be like essential to the plot or something. It's fine that they weren't. That's what I thought.
Oh, I totally forgot about that opening car crash. That's funny.
So they're not, but I guess like the thing to ask, that obviously the main thing that comes from the car crash is the piano on the road.
Right.
Oh, it's not a piano, but
yeah, but like someone drops that off as well. Like, it's like what's the? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand the significance of the instrument, other than I guess like maybe if it represents their relationship, like he's like toying with it, he's like experimenting with it throughout the movie, and then it sort of comes together with them both sitting at the end. I guess I just totally spitballed that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
It's honestly like we hadn't even mentioned it once until this
that's
point.
true.
It's like significant in the movie, really. Like it kickstarts the movie. It's in it often. It's always sitting there. I don't know, man. Maybe if we can get PTA on,
I think it
he could tell us about it.
I think it's a good representation of himself as well, maybe, and him trying to fix himself, and then he eventually learns how to play with himself. He eventually learns how to he once it's tuned, he can play it. He understands himself as well. Is what
And maybe he doesn't know how to play with himself, considering he refused to the whole time he was on the phone call.
No, I think he eventually concedes, doesn't he?
But to be fair, like the scene, another scene we haven't mentioned, when he's talking to, I don't know, the con lady on the phone or whatever, like the sex worker on the phone. Cool scene. Because I genuinely felt like the whole drawn out thing is a super long take in his apartment. I felt his loneliness there and the genuineness of him genuinely not like just wanting to talk to someone. It's a great example of Sandler being really good, I think. And especially like there's a quick moment in it where like the camera pans to, and he's like sitting, he's like waiting on the phone and he's sitting there on his dining table and there's like no one sitting there. I guess. I mean, it's obviously pretty simple strategy just to show no one sitting next to him, but it was effective.
The way it's shot is like really. Oh yeah, one thing I think in that scene when he hangs up the phone, she's like, it's a callback service or whatever. And the camera it like stays on him and then it just moves.
That's
like,
exactly
shows
what
the
I'm
emptiness of the room.
Moment.
Yeah. That was a really great like pan or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I was going to mention something else in that scene.
Oh, he's talking about he had to give his like credit card and social security.
Thank you so much. Has he got a crazy good memory? Is that what that was meant to be? Because he was able
Superman,
to know he knew his numbers.
Superman. Yeah.
Right, adds to the theory.
No, but like the way he like hesitated was really great to give his information.
Yeah. At first I thought he was making it up, like he was just giving a fake credit card. But like it was genuine, like he actually remembered his numbers. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he's totally Bruce Willis, right? I mean, Bruce Willis can't fly. Bruce Willis hasn't got that many frequent fly points, so I'd rather be Barry personally.
That's true.
Love me some frequent fly points.
Isn't there?
I don't anymore.
Doesn't Samuel Jackson's character trigger a plane crash in Unbreakable to try and find superheroes? So
a train accident.
But was there a plane crash as well?
Accidents. Sorry, you're right.
Was there a plane
you're right.
Yeah.
He triggers like all these natural disasters. Like,
so what if one of the planes was Barry's frequent flyer planes, and Barry was a survivor from the plane crash that he used his frequent flyer planes on?
Right. What if he started the car accident at the start?
Oh yeah.
Put this thing in motion. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Punch Drunk Love is in the M. Night Shyamalan universe. 100% confirmed.
Uh-huh.
This was his origin story of him like finding himself, finding his love, and now he's gonna, in of course the sequel, he's going to understand his powers and meet Samuel L. Jackson. It's gonna be sick, dude.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Unbreakable, by the way. Just in case anyone hasn't seen it.
Yeah, spoilers.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. God, I love Unbreakable. What a great movie.
You really love it. I haven't seen it in a while. I need to rewatch it. But yeah.
I loved it when I watched it. And it sucked too because I had the ending. I didn't have the ending spoiled specifically. I knew that. Oh, we're in full spoilers now, but I knew that Samuel L. Jackson was like it was revealed he's the villain at the end of the movie. I knew that. So that sucked. I knew that. But I didn't know like the whole like he set up all the accidents thing.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that was
yeah.
me.
I think I'm in the same boat. Yeah. That was good. Yeah.
I still haven't seen barely any of his movies. Speaking of barely seeing any of their movies, I thought I had seen more Paul Thomas Anderson movies, and I really haven't. I really have not. I think it's one of those situations where, like, I've seen basically every David Fincher movie and didn't really realize it. And I thought PTA was similar. Like, oh, I've seen like every PTA movie, dude. I've seen like no PTA movies. I've seen like none. I've seen this, and I've seen Phantom Thread, and I've seen There'll Be Blood, and that's it. I've got to watch Magnolia, dude. That's on Netflix. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Oh my god, we have to do it for the show just for
Cruise,
that, right?
Yeah.
Hard Eights on Stan, I think.
Hard Eights on Stan, cool.
I think you like Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights is pretty great.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there you go, another one.
Yeah.
He always has amazing leads. Like he gets Tom Cruise, he gets Mark Wahlberg, gets all the faves in there.
Yeah.
Isn't Joaquin in
He's
Vice?
definitely
Inherent Vice?
Yeah, he is.
That's cool.
Inherent Vice is stacked. It's got like Josh Brolin as well. Like
oh, dude.
Tom Wilson. Yeah. But he's
And
definitely
friggin',
like actor.
Catherine
Like he
Wilson.
goes with actor oriented or whatever. Like he looks for the actor he wants in the main role, and like that's what he like appreciates. Like he appreciates that a lot, I guess. Like in his commentary for Hard Eight, he was talking about how, you know, he saw Philip Hall in a role, and he saw Phillip Seymour Hoffman in Cinema Woman or whatever, and he was like, oh, I have to have him in this kind of movie, you know. And then that's how I can imagine him thinking of like Adam Sandler. Like he sees some funny Adam Sandler performance, but he sees something, you know, genuine in that, and then he's like, oh, he'll be perfect for this. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I read in the trivia, I didn't write it down, but read in the trivia that like he was in 2000 and it was when he was doing press for Magnolia, so that would have been in 99, right? When he was asked about like two actors you want to work with in the future, he said Adam Sandler and Daniel Day-Lewis, and everyone thought he was joking.
Oh, really?
But obviously he definitely wasn't. So that's neat. And as in his newest film, isn't Bradley Cooper the lead in his newest film? Because that's
fucking Soggy Bottom. Well, that was the I think some people thought that was a fake title, but yeah, Soggy Bottom. I think.
I blame them, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I think it might be a fake title. I think he might have trolled just calling it that, but I don't know. It's about it's in the 70s, high school or something, but yeah.
Oh, dude, PTA high school drama with Bradley Cooper. Are you shitting me? That's going to be a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah. But
God.
Inherent Vice is his only film. Yeah, it's his only film that doesn't have so far that doesn't have Phillip Seymour Hoffman or Daniel Day-Lewis in it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he really likes those guys. But they were never in the same movie together, you know? They were too big to be in the same movie, so
that's right.
like, yeah.
With that being said, we're still in Punch Drunk Love, so are we done? Are we good?
I mean, we mentioned the camera work, but like I really love the way it follows him out of the elevator. Like each time he exits the elevator, and it like kind of follows him. Like, you know, so we start off with him, but then we always go to his back and we track him. I don't know. It's one thing that stayed in my mind, and like, you know, the blue suit is such a striking, you know, visual, and like that he's in, and like, you know, they talk about it in the movie, like, you know, where like they're asked why is he wearing that, and like it's a good choice, and like I really love that, like, you know.
No, it's a really good choice. And when I see Adam Sandler on the poster in that outfit, like, I mean, like obviously the poster says the name of the movie on it, but the point is like if that image is now just ingrained as this movie, you know, it's really good costume design. Yeah. What are our final verdicts for Punch Drunk Love, Jaden?
7. Yeah, I mean, like it's worse than There Will Be Blood, but it's still a 7. So yeah.
I love the way you said that.
Yeah, I love how you had to bring up There Will Be Blood too. Like,
Yeah, it's my least favorite PTA movie so far. I've only seen 3, so
I'm the same. We've seen the same 3 too.
yeah,
right?
it's all for the show
of
that I've
course,
seen
of
them.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll give it a 6. I'm in the same boat. Everything I've said, everything you said, I'm with you, except the number, but same sentiment. Fitzy.
I think there's a ton of awesome choices in it, but like in terms of narrative momentum, it does falter a lot in the second half. So I'll give it a 7 this time because I was not as invested. So yeah, but I still do love like a lot of it, obviously. So 7 out of 10.
For sure. Narrative momentum. That's well said. That's a great way to put it.
Thank you.
It's okay. Let's get into news chat. People, Michael B. Jordan is directing Creed 3, as of course being the main star. This would be his directorial debut. Yes. I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Good for him, man. Is Fitzy the only one here that's got history with the Creed franchise?
I haven't seen.
Yeah, or Rocky in
Creed.
general.
I've seen a decent amount of Rocky, but like I really like Creed. Like I really like the first Creed movie. I don't know, it's just a lot of fun.
Have you seen the second one?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. I need to dig into this franchise for sure.
I couldn't finish Rocky, but I liked Creed, so I like Creed a lot more than Rocky, I guess.
I love boxing movies, but for some reason Creed just doesn't interest me at all.
How many Rockies have you seen?
Me, I've only seen the one Rocky, but like I love like you know like Warrior and like Southpaw and like fucking the Fighter and shit like that. So like
do you like $1 Million Baby?
Yeah, $1 Million Baby is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I love boxing and like MMA and UFC, whatever the fuck they are, like those type of movies.
Yeah.
But like Creed, I just do not give a shit, and like I have no incentive to watch it all. Maybe if Liam wants us to do it for the show, I might change my mind. So
Rocky franchise. Oh my god, that would go for like the whole year.
I think like Creed's a bit different from other boxing films because it's like Creed comes from like the character is like kind of privileged and like he's trying to live up to a legacy and instead of someone who's like
right,
the usual boxing tropes. He's poor. He's the underdog kind of thing, which is fine. But like I just think Creed, it does it really well, I guess, and it's
That's
like
cool.
really it's kind of like a tight story and everything. And there's like one moment I really love in the film, so it's like stuck with me. So yeah,
that's neat. I mean, like, just the idea of, again, I know nothing about Rocky, never seen one in my life, but like the idea of like having this more modern boxing movie, that different take on the story, but then still like having Sylvester Stallone as like this iconic character in the movie, like sounds really cool to me. If it were a franchise I was invested in, and it's like the new generation, but he's hanging around, he's like the second build or whatever.
Yeah, because like
that sounds awesome.
Like the dynamic between them and the movie is really great. Between Rocky and the Creed son, it's really great. So.
All right, Cocaine Bear Jaden.
Oh, you actually decided to bring it up. Okay,
dude, I haven't really got anything else, so why not, man? Fitzy, were you here? Will you hear us talking about this Cocaine Bear?
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit of it. Yeah. Bear chomps on some cocaine and drops from a plane or something. And dies.
Yeah, and this is a true story.
Yeah,
this is the most bizarre news story like ever.
I've seen this story like circulate on like Reddit posts, like Twitter, like things or something. Like I've seen like this incident mentioned before, but then to see that it's going to be made into a movie directed by Elizabeth Banks is very surprising.
Random person ever, by the way.
Yeah,
to do that,
and like I don't know how you're going to formulate an hour and 30-minute movie, however long you make it, based on a bear on a drug high, but
yeah, what is the story like? What?
Like, are they going to give like the bear an internal monologue like to drive it? Like I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
I think because
who's going to do that?
This is going to be
play that?
Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah,
yeah, like if they want this movie to succeed, they really need to lean like balls to the walls, insanity, crazy type shit, and like they really have to like do like no holds barred type thing.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm so with you. Are Lord and Miller involved? Did I make that up?
No, they are.
They are. Well, then I guess what you're saying would be a reality then.
What?
Potentially, if they're involved, right? They're into their comedy stuff.
Oh yeah. Like no, like this is 100% going to be a comedy movie. You can't make it.
Yeah.
I mean, it says.
Imagine if it's a drama.
Well, it says character-driven thriller in the thing I read. So I mean, like, but like, there's no way you can make this movie without it being funny.
No.
And well, you know, you can make it, but it won't be successful. Rather, like, for this to be able to do moderately well, at least it'd have to be funny.
I just can't believe Elizabeth Banks, dude. The of course famous director of Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, but she's pretty funny herself, isn't she?
Is she?
I think she's a comedian, isn't she?
I don't know. I just sort of know her as she's in Hunger Games.
Oh yeah. Well.
And what else do I know her for? She's in the Lego Movie. But well, there you go. There's the Lord and Miller connection right there. Easy.
Yeah. So the Letterboxd synopsis says that it happened in Kentucky in 1985, and the bear ingested 88 pounds of cocaine. So whatever pounds to kegs is, I'm not too sure, but yeah.
But like, how do we know that? Like, were people following the bear? Keeping track of his story, like
I know
her story.
They probably would have. I don't know. No idea.
So weird. Anyway, the audience can ponder that bizarre news story for the rest of the day if they want. They probably won't. I know, Jane. Do you want to talk about the There trailer? Have you got anything else to say about it other than showing me that creepy dude at the end?
The Them trailer.
There.
Them.
Isn't it called There?
Them.
Oh, it's called Them. Of course it is, because I made the joke. Yeah. It's like us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tripping. Anyway,
it's setting up an Us and Them themed Pink Floyd universe. So yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, Us and Them is a Pink Floyd song as well. Just by the way,
I gathered that. Yeah,
just in case. Yeah,
but Jordan Peele can do something.
Peele's like the Kevin Feige of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Feige, fucking whatever his name is.
Feige. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the Them trailer seems pretty stock standard, kind of like modern horror thriller, especially after things like Get Out and Us. And it definitely seems to be leaning into those elements. But like it's like I said to you, and like when I was showing like other mates, like that final shot of the trailer with that dude like kind of like coming out of the corner of the room, like clapping like in the face, like in pain. It's so creepy and haunting and fucking sears into your mind. And it actually like, you know, like the rest of the trailer, I really couldn't care for it until it got to that point. I was like, all right, this is going to be amazing.
I'm just so interested to witness how like Jordan Peele horror movies feel like only since 2015 when Get Out came out, not long ago.
2017.
Get Out was 2017?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's even more crazy then. Wow. So like it has not been long at all, and how we've basically seen. I mean, I think it's fair to say that like Jordan Peele horror movies are basically a genre now. Like people try and replicate this. I see lots of movies like trailers or whatever, and it's like, dude, that just looks like a Jordan Peele movie. Like what was that one recently? It was called
Antebellum, yeah.
That one. Yeah. That gave me huge Jordan Peele.
Yeah, massive. I think wasn't he attached to that though?
Oh, he might have been.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But either way, but either way though, like even films. He's not directing or whatever. Like he's throwing Jordan Peele's name on it, and it's got sort of a Jordan Peele vibe. It's a thing now.
He's very quickly created a very distinct style for himself. And it's
100%.
Like what?
It's crazy.
Like kind of like it's like what Del Toro did over 20 years. He's been able to do in 4 odd. Yeah.
It's nuts. I get why. Like it's cool stuff.
Mm.
Now it's time for our highlights of the week. Zach, what have you been watching? Wow, amazing. I watched King of Staten Island. It's a movie. Believe it or not, it's a film. Dude, it's got Bill Burr in it, and Bill Burr is amazing, so that's why I love it so much. I think the movie's really good. I like it a lot. I would recommend people watch it. It's really entertaining, really witty, really funny, like consistently funny. I can't tell if anyone else could hear that. That was like really scary to me. But yeah, no, so funny. Bill Burr's terrific. The lead is hilarious. I think it's a bit long. I think it's borderline. Like I gave it an 8. I think it's borderline a 7 or an 8. I wanted to give it an 8 to emphasize just how funny I really thought it was. And I don't know, like even comedies and stuff, like there's a certain sense of genuineness in the script that makes it really hilarious to me personally. And I really appreciate when I find a movie genuinely funny, because often I'm like, oh yeah, it had cool jokes in it or whatever, but I don't really watch films to laugh often, and this one really scratched that itch for me. But yeah, I do think it's a bit long. I think the third act gets a bit long in the tooth. It's like, all right, like the story was cool, but then I don't know, when you're an hour and 45 minutes in, you definitely see where it's going, and then it takes another like 35 minutes to get there. It's like, okay, I could have rushed that up a little bit, but cool movie. I would recommend people check it out if you want some you want some comedy, you want some you want to laugh or whatever. Do people like laughing? We've had this conversation before, but I'm pretty sure people don't like laughing.
Nothing hurts, man. I don't know.
Everybody hurts.
Man, you have to cut that.
Just stop.
I won't take that too personally.
Okay. My highlight is Raya and the Last Dragon. It was really great. Like I don't know if I'm even like the biggest fan of like animated films in general. I guess like, I don't know anything against animated films, but whenever I rewatch the Pixar films, I don't know. I didn't like them as much as I used to, or as much as I expected to, or whatever. But this was really great. It had like, it was just like it was like a full, that's like full like unique world, and the characters were just like really fun, and the story was just like you can kind of see where it's going, but it was like really, it was really tight and like efficient, and it was just really great. Like it's actually like probably one of my favorite animated films. So yeah, I actually really liked it. Yeah. I'd recommend it.
I'm so glad. I'm sorry, my brother's out here cleaning my window. I had no idea this was going to happen, and it's very weird. Anyway, but dude, everything you wrote in your Letterboxd review spoke to me. I feel like I'm going to love this movie. In terms of, I love a super well paced animated movie with fast paced action and shit, dude. I feel
like the action scenes are really great. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
That's a dog shit looking dragon though.
No, the dragon was cool. I liked how
the dragon looks like ass.
No, it looks great. It was
Fuck
great.
You.
It was unique, and it was like you're expecting something legendary, and it's just I like the dragon. Okay, it's good.
I did. As I've said, I didn't love it in the post. I feel like I want to reserve judgment until I see it. You know what I mean? See the movie.
Oh, okay. You're one of those. Okay.
I'm one of those people.
You're one of those people like that Jaden guy doesn't like the dragon. Okay.
Oh, I'm not as convinced as Jaden is. I thought I couldn't get. I'll say this: I can't get the My Little Pony thing out of my head.
Mate, unless this dragon does some Pokemon evolution shit where it ends up looking, fucking spectacular. Like yeah.
What's it called? Super Saiyan or whatever?
That's cringe sack. That's Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
But,
I just vaguely know what that means.
Yeah.
It's like when you evolve or whatever, right? You upgrade or whatever?
Yeah, that's something.
Doesn't your hair color change or something?
Does it change, or is it just like the light? Because I thought it was just like, I don't know. I haven't watched Dragon Ball.
I got no clue, dude. Yeah, man. Dragon Ball's something.
Yeah, let me quickly watch 900 episodes to see if I finally understand it.
Jaden, what have you been watching?
I watched this romantic comedy from Netflix called Set It Up. It's like 2 years old or something like that. I think it's 3 years old. It stars like Zoe Deutsch and Lucy Liu, and then some other blokes. And Pete Davidson is whatever, the bloke that is in King of Saturday Night. He rocks up too. And like, you kind of expect it to be, your basic rom-com, and it really is in every single way, because it's really pretty obvious where it goes, and it's a stock standard formula, but it is really funny and really endearing, and I really love it, like probably way more than I should, because like it is a bit formulaic, but like it's so fucking great, and you'd love it, Finny, because like you're into that type of thing. So I mean, yeah, Like it's like very funny, and like I even like read a bit about it beforehand because I wasn't sure if I'd like it, and like even after reading about it, I still gave it a go, and I still found it fucking hilarious and like just endearing, and it's so charming and cute, and I love it, you know. So yeah, Set It Up is really good.
It sounds like I'd really like it. I like formulaic movies that just fly by and do all the things you're saying.
And it brings back like the mid 2000s trope of like, you know, of wanting to be like a magazine editor, although she wants to like be like a sports article writer. But you know, it's good to see a revival of that.
God, I hadn't thought of that once as a trope, but it is, isn't it?
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, what's up with that? Like, people not interested in any other profession? Or?
Just the way the 2000s were.
I guess, yeah. It's really weird. It's really weird. All right. Well, hang on. Now's the part where we normally hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Now, the responses we've got for the question of the show, this is all over the place. All right. So what I should do is, all right, how about this? I'm now just going to cut to us reading last week's answers for least favourite movie. But Jaden's not there. So I don't know how much of it I'll keep in. I've got no idea what you're about to listen to will sound like, to be honest. I might just keep in like me reading it. I don't know if I say anything else that's interesting or if Fitzy says anything interesting, but we might keep that in too. So anyway, big on. Now you'll now listen to us a week ago for a little bit. All right. Andy said, my least favourite movie is probably Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2. I'm not joking when I saw this comment, Andy. I apologise. I'm very ignorant. I thought that was a fake title that sounds like a fake movie that you just made up. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You know what I mean? It sounds fake. Anyway.
Wait,
just a sequel. Sorry.
Is he, all right, he said number 2. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Just a sequel to a 4 Academy Award-winning film, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And to be frank, nobody asked for it, so what the fuck, Netflix? Highly recommended Ang Lee's masterpiece, by the way. Just pretend the sequel never existed. So Andy recommends the first one for everyone. Thanks, Andy. I had no idea about this, so I feel stupid. So I should check out the first one, apparently. I like Ang Lee.
Yeah,
wait, do I? Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I like Life of Pi, too. So.
Oh.
Ang Lee out there doing his thing. Not so much. I don't know if I'd love Gemini Man, but it's up to you, I guess.
Some
Luke
really
says,
like that movie.
Do they?
Yeah, it's like a cult classic. It's like a not.
Didn't it come out like a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, it's a future cult classic.
Okay, it can become that because what's better than 2 Will Smiths?
3 Will Smiths.
Hey, true. Yeah, that's right. No. And a little Will Smith is how you describe his son. Luke says, I think my least favourite movie comes down to Sans Soleil. Sorry, I'm watching this. Drugstore Cowboy. We know where this is going. 25th Hour and Naked, or maybe Rope.
I'm surprised you actually used Letterboxd for once. That's
pretty clever.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, none of mine though. Loves mine. Thanks so much, Luke. Yeah, we like Fitzy said, we are impressed you opened Letterboxd. You clicked on that application on your mobile device. Good for you. All right, well that's it for this week's episode of Cinema Effect. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. Fitzy, what are we watching next week? And whose pick was it?
So the poll was between Black Swan, Zach's choice, and mine. Django Unchained. Black Swan won by like 2 votes. Django Unchained was winning.
Point that out.
But no, Black Swan won, so we'll be on that next week. And that's on Netflix, I think, is it? Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney.
What the fuck? Okay. Black Swan's on Disney Plus. Really?
Isn't it?
They just added all their 2 weeks ago they added all their star content from Fox. So right. Like Planet of the Apes is on there now, and Alien, the whole Alien franchise, and
I'll have to rent
Yeah,
it.
that's why I chose it because I found it there.
I have the DVD I can lend to you. Oh wait, no, I probably won't see it for the next week though. Fuck it. Lena's gonna be dead in the
that's
water.
right. I'll just
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I
I'll
didn't
just
think of
steal
this.
some money or something. So all good.
Steal some money.
Or you can stream it illegally.
Yeah.
You can sail
I'm
the seven
scared.
seas.
I'm scared of streaming and stuff like that. I'm scared of like using
I feel
illegal,
that.
like that. Not in terms of like being found out illegally, just in terms of like getting a virus.
Alright, don't be a bitch. What do you got to hide? Fucking let the hackers into your computer.
Let them tear your computer out from the inside.
Honestly, to be here, I don't think I've streamed something illegally for like months now. So
Oh, good boy. You're listening to those. We talked about these ads at the start of DVDs. You wouldn't steal a car.
no, it's just because
or
there's
whatever. You wouldn't
fucking
steal
40 streaming services that has everything on it. So I mean, like, you know, what's the point of
Yeah,
fucking?
Sure.
It's only going to get worse. It's worse in the US now. And
Yeah, Paramount Plus and shit. Fucking.
Peacock,
Peacock.
which is a real name they chose.
It's because the NBC thing is like kind of fucking colourful or whatever, isn't it? I know, like, we get Stars through Stan, but like, isn't Stars an individual thing in America too?
Stars is a TV channel.
Oh, okay, right.
So we get, yeah. So Stan has the rights to all Stars shows, which, of course, Black Sails is a Stars show. So it all comes around, you know. Someday someone I know is going to watch Black Sails. I'm still at 0. Not a single person I know has yet to watch Black Sails. Anyway, thanks for making me talk about Black Sails. Well, thanks for giving me the opportunity, I should say. Thanks, guys. We actually haven't ended it yet. I thought we had.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
well.
Yeah. That's it, everyone. Thanks and goodbye.